Hello, everyone. Today is another day, and I am going to be voice recording 3 videos, I think, or 2 at least. One of which has already been prepared like half a year ago, and it's in my hard drive, and I was supposed to post it, and I never did. Um, so, but hello, good morning. It is currently 10:25 a.m. Eastern time, New York time. Yeah. Uh, and today has been a morning, and I don't know, I haven't been yapping a lot, so I'm gonna yap today. And I am also in the background doing a dtiys for at Loalua on Instagram. And this is actually posted to my sketch account, which will be linked in my card, I think, or at least in the bio of my original Instagram. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. I slaved over this in 2 days, and this is what a $50 commission looks like for me. So if any of you guys want to help out a poor, broke person, please help me out. It would be very much appreciated. Thank you for clicking on this video, and I just want to get started on just talking. This is low-key just, this channel is just background noise. You don't have to be paying attention to anything I say. I just need somewhere to talk and kind of spread my thoughts, I guess. And today we're going to be talking about Sonder. And for those of you who do not know what Sonder is, and I'm sure every single one of us has currently and or will experience Sonder. I think it's a matter of becoming kind of conscious of humans around you and of the human experience. And I'm going to use the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. I will throw like a screenshot up here. It seems like they kind of coined it. It's a neologism, so it's not like in Webster's diary. Webster's dictionary or whatever, or Merriam-Webster. But I'm gonna read the little excerpt that they have, and they have a video. I would really recommend watching it. I think I'll link their website in the description. But here is their little excerpt on kind of explanation of Sonder for everyone to kind of understand. You are the main character, the protagonist, the star at the center of your own unfolding story. You're surrounded by your supporting cast, friends and families hanging out in your immediate orbit. Scattered a little further out, a network of acquaintances who drift in and out of contact over the years. But there in the background, faint and out of focus, are the extras, the random passerby, each living a life as vivid and as complex as your own. They carry on invisibly around you, bearing the accumulated weight of their own ambitions, friends, routines, mistakes, worries, triumphs, and inherited craziness. When your life moves on to the next scene, theirs flickers in place, wrapped in a cloud of backstory and inside jokes and characters strung together with countless other stories you'll never be able to see, that you'll never know exist, in which you might appear only once, as an extra sipping coffee in the background, as a blur of traffic passing on the highway, as a lighted window at dusk. And then underneath it says French, Sonder, to plumb the depths. Pronounced Sonder, can be used as a noun or a verb, as you would use the word wonder. And I think the most interesting part is right here. It says as a lighted window at dusk, and also as a blur of traffic passing on the highway, which one of the things that kind of made me start thinking about Sonder was this itself. was this lighted window at dusk, because you pass by all these houses. For example, I was coming from the airport at the time, and the guy I was talking to at the time was I kind of asked him, I was like, hey, do you know what this is? Because I passed by these houses, and I'm a person who really likes history and kind of just learning about things. I'm a very I'm a very attached person. I carry sentimental value in like small things. Like, you'll give me a letter, I'll keep it for the rest of my life, even though like you didn't really like we didn't have like a best friend relationship or whatever. Like, I keep coins, I keep like random pieces of paper. Like, that's just who I am. Like, I have my own little I have a box which I put like things that are very sentimental to me, and now it's come up to 2 boxes. So um but yeah. And I I remember I asked him, because I was passing by these houses and I realized, like, Sonder kind of comes to you out of nowhere. And especially to those who tend to keep to themselves and think a lot, which I am a 4 on the Enneagram type. So it makes sense. I realized, I was like, wow, like, these people have families. Like, they have a history of how they came to this country, or their ancestors in this country. They have their likes and dislikes, and I know nothing of it. And I wish I did. Like, I want to know their story. I want to know, I want to know their inside jokes. I want to know their friends. I want to know them themselves, because humans are such complex creatures. I'm so sorry, by the way. This is like so philosophical, but like, not even philosophical. It's just very deep thinking. I think this is just what my channel is going to be now. So I'm sorry, but also I'm not sorry, because this is what I think about and talk about. And this YouTube channel is just basically like a reflection of my thoughts. Anyways, I was also on a train in Greece, because I went there for my birthday, because I get standby tickets, because my mom is so awesome. She's an awesome human being. And I remember being on the train in Greece, and there's like all of these people. I mean, I think you experience Sonder a lot when you're on the subway or on the tube, or on the train, or in any form of public transportation, because you literally see these people like face to face. And some people look familiar, some people look scary, some people look like scary as in unapproachable, some people look very approachable. Some people look troubled, some people look happy. It makes you want to reach out, because that's how I believe we as humans are hardwired, to reach out, to speak. And I remember I was sitting there, and I was looking at this one specific woman. She was in front of me. She didn't turn around. And I realized, if she does not turn around and see me, to her, I do not exist. And this kind of reminded me of Schrodinger's cat at the time. I was like, yeah, because like, if, there's multiple timelines, whatever, it gets really like complicated if you think too much about it. It hurts your brain. I feel like Sonder is a form of empathy, and when I realized that, I was like, oh wow, like, I am not as important as I want to think I am. I do not have an impression on this world, and I do. Like, for example, I have my art account, I have this YouTube channel to whom I am talking to random people, and they are listening to me. I don't understand that. Probably you guys already clicked off, but it doesn't matter. Again, I am basically nobody in this world, so I could just put my thoughts out there. And of course, the internet is forever, but a lot of people aren't going to see everything on the internet. There's just so many things there's so much output or input into the internet. Everyone's putting something into the internet every single day, and it's kind of hard to catch up with all of it. And I don't know, like, if anyone else experiences this, but for me, like, I want to get to know people more. I'm an introvert, but I still want to know people at a deeper level to be able to understand them. And it's just when you realize that you are that person in that lighted window of dusk, when you are that person in the background, or somebody who's not even seen, but like, for example, is transportation is seen, so somebody sees your car, to them you don't exist, and to you they don't exist, which is so crazy. And I feel like that's why we should try to empathize. That's why we should try to know people more, because it's so easy to forget that people are people. We can say, yeah, people are people, people are humans, but it's so easy to forget that they have their own lives, and like, we also have our own lives. And of course, Sonder, it sometimes, for me, in my personal experience, it has led me to led me to experience depression, because if you think about it too much, you get sad, and it kind of gives you an existential crisis. So if you are not stable with your own presence in your current life, I wouldn't encourage you to think too much on it. It doesn't help. It can cause existential crisis. I'm sorry. But yeah, and it's just crazy because, like, one day, like, my pictures, they might not ever be seen by anyone. When I die, no one's going to remember me. Of course, my family's going to remember me, but who's going to remember my family members who are remembering me? You know what I mean? Like, it's so crazy. Sorry, I've been thinking a lot about this because recently my grandfather died. And he lived a life that most of my family, and including me, did not know. The things he did, the humanitarian work he did for the war in Ukraine. My family's Ukrainian, by the way. It's something so, like, I wish I knew him as that person rather than the person that I held so much vitriol towards. And eventually I got past that right before he died, so I'm glad that that happened. I feel like we should all experience a little bit of Sonder to wrap this all up, because it helps us empathize with those who otherwise don't understand, or who we don't care to understand. And I feel like Sonder is usually something that is by choice. I mean, once you start thinking about it, you kind of have it at random moments. But just to kind of dig deeper into Sonder, you kind of have to do it yourself. It doesn't just happen. And it's a choice to empathize. I guess, like, this is not like an essay or whatever, or a persuasive essay, but I think if it were, my call to action would be to empathize with someone. Kind of think of them as a human with a life, like, it doesn't have to be like anyone special. It could be someone at the grocery store, but yeah. I don't know. This is kind of just a rant that I don't think anybody would listen to except one person. So hi. To that one person. But yeah. I just hope that one day we can all kind of experience Sonder at least once in our lives, to be able to see humans as other lives, as other souls, as important to someone. And yeah, I'm going to read a poem that I wrote. It's kind of bad, but I wrote it out of, like, thinking about this, so I hope you like it. My life is a wildflower, here today, gone the next. My memories are fading along with me. When I'm 6 feet under, wrapped in Earth's arms, no one will remember. Oh, what a shame it is to remember. Torture by the ones that you know best. It's kind of trash, but we're gonna have to go over it. But that's that. I just want you guys to know that you are important. You are worth life. You are worth loving. And you are worth the care that people put into you. And if no one does yet, they will. Because you are special. Despite being one of billions, you are special. And thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a good day, night, and yeah. Watch out for my next video. Do all the YouTube things, like subscribe, comment, I guess, share, I don't know. Yeah.